Hey everybody, it's Kelly. Welcome to day number 32. It's January 1st. I've had a lovely day celebrating with my family. One of my nephews was in town. He lives on the East Coast, so he wasn't able to get home for Christmas, but he was able to get home for this weekend, so it was just really fun to be able to celebrate with him. So, this is yesterday's page. But before I get on to what we're going to do for today, I want to show you a couple of things at the end of my journal. So this is a really special Christmas card. It's really cool. It actually stands up, and I'm going to want to save it. So I just took a 6x8 page protector, and I'm going to tuck that right in there. And then there is another page protector here. And I'm actually going to need another one now that I think about it. I'm going to see if I have any more 6x8s left over. But there are two homemade Christmas cards that people have made me that I'm going to want to save so they can get tucked in this. And I can put a piece of paper, like maybe a red piece of paper or something in between them so that they're just on their own individual. And then I have another one for two very special Christmas cards. My two closest friends sent me really personal notes in their cards, so I'm going to want to save that. So I have these 3 6x8 page protectors at the end to save important cards. I used to do that when I was married. I would put our cards in there so that they were saved every year as well too. I just thought it was a nice way to look back at the season. And then lastly, on this very last page here is the calendar that I showed you ages ago, and it's filled in with the things that happened, and you can kind of see as it went on how busy it got. This week was supposed to be more full, but I've been sick, so pretty much most anything that was going to go on over the week was canceled. And of course, speaking of that, I have to cough. But anyway, I'll try to remember to put the link for this calendar in, but I go to this same website every year, pull off the calendar that she makes for free, and I go ahead and use it. All right, so here is my page for yesterday, and I have a very special photo today. I just have this 1 3x4 photo. We were having a really good time and I didn't take pictures, but I did take one special picture. I'm not sure if you can read that or if you'll be able to read that, but my nephew and his wife, who I call my niece because they've been dating since they were in 8th grade, and she just officially became part of our family when they got married in May of 2016. But they gave this ornament to my sister and brother-in-law, and then also to her mom and dad. And it says, "Only the best parents get promoted to grandparents. Baby Smith due summer 2018. So how cool is that? That's the way they announced to everybody that they were pregnant, because what happened is they gave that to them, you know, during their celebrations over the weekend, and then they handed it to my sister-in-law, and I could read the word grandparents and knew what it meant. So we are all super excited to celebrate the birth of a baby. So this year, in just a couple of months, I'm going to become grandma with grandchild number 3, and I get to be a great aunt for the first time. So I'm completely thrilled. My nephews, because I don't have children of my own, because my grandkids are step-grandkids, but I don't have grandkids of my own, or kids of my own, although my stepkids are like my kids. But anyway, my nephews were like my kids growing up. I spent a lot of time with them. So this is just a really special thing, and it's carrying on our family. My dad, if he was alive, would be just thrilled. So anyway, so that's the big story for today. So I have a page protector I can use, any kind I want to use. And then I also have something else. I have these two 2018s here, and I wanted to use one of them today. Now I could use either or, it doesn't really matter because the color of the photo doesn't dictate it, but I kind of am thinking about the collections that I want to do my one little word with, and I'm going to use this on my one little word page, or this one of the 2018s. And I know the collections one of the collections or a couple collections I'm thinking about, so the white will work better with those. So I'm just going to put that aside, and I'm going to use the wood one. So I have a 3x4 and I have something larger, which pretty much means I need a 4x6 pocket since there's a 3x4 page here. That dictates now that I get this 2 3x4s and 1 4x6. I will also confess that I did a little bit of pre-looking. I wanted to use one of my favorite papers, or a favorite paper if I still had some, and that is this paper right here. I love this. It's from Elle Studio Good Cheer. My first Elle Studio Christmas collection, and I still love this paper. So I'm going to use it to end this year, and my plan is just to pop it right under there. That's going to actually look better than this white wood anyway. So that's what I'm going to do for that. And then I did a little bit of pre-looking because if you think about it, I'm ending now with a blank page. So I'm going to use that card and then that paper. So I can talk a little bit about what the day was like. Excuse me. And do that. Okay, so we have that solved, but now I need to solve what's going on over here. And I decided, remember that It's the Most Wonderful Time of Year paper I kept coming up against? So right there is The Most Wonderful Time of Year paper, and I think that will be an excellent background to something. And then I also found this card just to go with that wood end theme, this 3x4 card that says Full of Magic, and this one that says Joyful. So I'll need to find something to put on here to make it more interesting. I also probably want to get a little bit of green in here. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. I grabbed my puffy stickers and that kind of thing, so we'll see. You know, I'll work that out. But let's start with getting this page done, because that's really today's page. And so I'm going to cut it to 4 inches wide. And then 6 inches long. Or, no, I cut it 4 inches height, 6 inches in length. And that's the holiday quilt paper, by the way, just in case you happen to have this collection. Okay, so then to make this really easy, all I need to do here, this actually should be a pretty quick page, because this page is so busy, this paper right here is so busy, I don't need to put a lot on this because it would be overwhelming. Sorry about that, guys. I will get rid of this. Okay, so we've got that one done, this one, and then this one. I think I want to put the number up here, and I've got some pink letter stickers, so here they are. I haven't used these quite as much, and I think I'm just going to pop this little pink up in here just because, I don't know, for some reason pink is in my head here. We don't know the sex of the new baby, and I'm not making a statement, it's just I love pulling that out of here because it's kind of a different color. Okay, so that in my book is really done. I don't know that I really need anything else, but maybe I'll pop one of these trees on here somewhere. I haven't used these this year, which is crazy because normally I do. I love these trees. I just need to get them on in the right spot, that's all. And I really think that's all I need. I mean, I could add a little bit of dimension by adding some enamel dots, and maybe that's what I'll do. I'll get some dimension on this card too, just by adding a couple of enamel dots here. And what I'm going to do, now that I think about it, because there's pink down here, I think I'll work a little bit of the pink in here. And I've got green, here we go, here's my green enamel dots. And because they're a different company, they're a different size. I'll just cover that one. Okay, there we go. So there's a little bit of dimension there. And I'm just thinking, do I want thinking is I'm going to do 2 of these actually. So 1 there and 1 there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I think that looks good for these cards. I'm pretty happy with the way things look here. Now I'm just going to put these up here because I'll need to probably trim and cut. So let's look at this. So this is the card that we're going to back to back this with. So I'm just going to put these together right away. And I have to tell you, I bought some ATG and it was really sticky. It like wasn't the old stuff. I hope they're not using it because I went back to some of my, it was like on brown tape. I don't know if I got the wrong stuff. It was so aggressive. I was having a really hard time with it. It was ripping paper and it was kind of crazy. Okay, and then I have this one that we'll go back to back with. So this card says full of magic, and then this one on this side says joyful, and I need to trim this as well here. And my word of the year for 2016 was joy, and I still have a really special connection to that word in all of its forms, so I just think that's fun that I get to use that. So then, now I want to cut this in a 4x6, which should be pretty easy because it's 6x8. And I'm just wondering, you know, I did this and now I'm wondering, there's a little tree here. If I should just, does this add anything? No, it doesn't. I was thinking about putting it, like mounting that on something else, taking it off and mounting it on another green piece of paper. Okay, so let's look at this. Now, I have a couple of things here, and this is more brown. I have a star, or I have a snowflake, and this is from this year's Elle Studio collection. So I kind of like that. I also grabbed my little tiny doilies here. I'm going to take one out and see if you can still read the "It's the Most Wonderful Time of Year" behind it. Because if you can't, I may not want to do that, or you're going to lose the I actually kind of like the way that looks. Now the other thing I could do, I don't think that'll fit, but this green enamel dot would fit in there. I also have these stickers. I have this cute little house here. I thought about maybe putting that on the other page. I think I'm going to put that on there to really emphasize the full of magic. And then here's these stickers. Remember these stickers? Oh, look at that. I got one off. This one says "So Very Merry." Now I could put that there instead. And I actually like that like that. So I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so I think I'm sold on using the doily, even though you can't really see behind it very well. But I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so then I'm going to center that, hope it's centered. Okay, that's centered, and then I'm just going to take my ATG and use that to put some adhesive on here. And I'm just going to the thickest part of the snowflake that I can. Just get it in a couple of spots here. I don't think you really need to do it on everything. It is in a page protector, so, you know, can't really go anywhere. And really, honestly, the only person that looks at my books on a regular basis is me. And of course, they're mine. I created them, so I'm careful about that. Okay, so we got that down, and we have that, we have that. Let's see, just trying to think. There's a candy cane. There's a Santa there. I do have these trees where I could pop a tree in here to get some of the green up in there. Or a little holly. I think that's the route I'm gonna go. I like this little holly here, and maybe if it makes sense, we could do one up here. There we go. And actually what I'll do with both of these now that I think about this is those are going to come off and I'll put them inside. And that really should happen for this as well. Let's hope I don't rip it. And I did not. Yay. Okay, so let's get this on here. So I take that back. These are not in a page protector. And I just did this on the wrong side. Because this is actually the back side, and I need to get this glued to this too. Okay. Obviously it's day 32 and I've forgotten what I'm doing, even though I've been doing this for 32 days. I'll tell you, I love this this project so much. And I think if I wasn't doing videos, it would be no big deal. But because I do a video every day, it can be a lot by the time I'm done. So usually when I'm done, I'm kind of ready to be done and to, you know, to move on to whatever's next. Although, like I said, I love this project so much. Okay, so, and I managed to glue the wrong card together here, because this one needs to go there. Yeah. So this Joyful should be the one that I'm gluing to this one. So now let's hope I haven't, that the trimming is close. And it is not, but that's okay. Plenty of space to trim here. Okay, so there's this one. Okay, and then this one. I still have a ton of these 3x4 cards left over, but what I discover is I don't have that many in dark green or red, or just like more solid colors. So I have to remember that next year. Okay, and I re-glued it, and I glued it upside down. All right, I'll get this, you guys, I promise. I am starting to feel better, by the way. I don't sound, well, I guess I sound a bit better. I'm still coughing pretty much, but I definitely feel better than I did. So good thing too, because I'm going back to work tomorrow after a very lazy weekend. But you know, it was really nice. I got lots of scrapbooking done on New Year's Eve. During the course of the day, I scrapbooked 6 12x12 layouts, so, which was good because I was running out of them in my queue. I do not do 12x12 layouts pretty much during the entire month of December because I'm so busy with December Daily. So it was good to do that because I like to be anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks ahead, so that if something comes up or I have a bunch of weekends in a row that it's going to be hard for me to scrap, I don't have to worry about it. There's my secret, guys. Okay, so that card is in. Okay, that one, and I think this one was here, I decided. Yep. Okay, there we go. So all I need to do now, except I'm looking at this and that's making that card look sort of, I don't know, heavy. Yeah, it was looking really heavy at the top there. So I'm just going to move this so that it's in the middle. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. All right, and there's a little bit of green now in every on one of these. If I wanted to, I could probably add like some of the other colors in here, but I think I'm gonna leave it as it is. I like the way it looks. I could have also maybe put like this further down and put like one of these puffy stickers in the middle or something like that, but I think it's pretty good. So all right guys, there we have it, day 32 and 32A. So thank you guys so much for coming along on this journey with me. I thank you guys all so much. You're so kind and you leave such great comments for those who do, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate all my new subscribers, but even my old subscribers, of course, near and dear to my heart as well. Some of you have been with me since the beginning, which would have been January of 2015, which sounds crazy to me. But anyway, or January of 2016, what am I saying? No, it is 2015. Anyway, so you guys, again, just thank you so much for your kindness and your encouragement. And I am going to do a walkthrough for this as well, just so I don't forget that in the middle of my thank you to you. But I'm going to do a walkthrough of the whole book because I added little bits and pieces here and there, really nothing major. But I want you to be able to see those as well. So I'll get that out as soon as I can. That's a fairly long video usually, and I'm not sure that I'm up to doing that tonight. We'll see. I'm afraid my voice won't hold out, basically. So anyway, I hope you guys are all well. Again, thank you for your support and encouragement, and Merry Christmas, and most importantly, Happy New Year, and I hope you have a blessed, blessed New Year. Bye, everybody.